Module 8, Recording 1.
Sad,
frightening,
exciting,
violent,
interesting,
romantic,
funny,
enjoyable,
boring,
silly.
Module 8, Recording 2. A.
Dracula didn't live in a castle in Poland. He lived in Transylvania. And at night he became a vampire. But he didn't drink vodka. He drank blood, as everyone knows.
B.
Alice didn't follow a white cat. She followed a white rabbit. But she certainly had lots of adventures.
C.
Robin Hood didn't live in China. He lived in England. It's true that he took money from the rich, but he didn't give it to his girlfriend. He gave it to poor people.
D.
It's true that Dr. Frankenstein created a monster, but the monster wasn't handsome. It was very ugly, and people didn't love it. They were very frightened of it. They hated it.
E.
Romeo and Juliet weren't 40, they were 14 years old, very young. It's true that their families hated each other and that the two young people fell in love and got married. But, of course, their families weren't pleased. They were very angry, and Romeo and Juliet didn't live happily together. They killed themselves.
Module 8, Recording 3.
OK, well, they didn't wear rollerblades 500 years ago, and they didn't ride scooters, so that's 2 mistakes.
And they didn't use mobile phones or listen to music on their MP3 players.
Where?
Here, look.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't read newspapers then.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course I am. And they didn't have clocks either.
No, OK, if you say so. Oh, look, and the man on the wall's got trainers. They didn't wear trainers 500 years ago.
No, you're right. What else?
Well, they didn't eat burgers, did they?
Oh, no. And they didn't drink fizzy drinks. Look, that says cola.
Oh, yes. OK, so how many have we got? The rollerblades, the scooter, the burger, the fizzy drink, the clock, the newspaper, that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
The trainers, the mobile, the MP3 player, 9. What else? This is getting hard now. Oh, look, the little boy's got a toy aeroplane. They didn't have aeroplanes in Romeo and Juliet's time.
Oh, and the man on the scooter has got a baseball cap. Look.
Oh, yes. Well, they definitely didn't have baseball caps then. So that's 11 mistakes. What's the other one? I can't see anything else. Can you?
No. This is really hard.
Yeah. Oh, I know. The man on the scooter's got sunglasses, look, under his baseball cap.
Oh, yes, you're right. And they definitely didn't wear sunglasses in those days. So that's 12 mistakes.
Module 8, Recording 4. 1.
They didn't have rollerblades.
2.
They didn't eat burgers.
3.
They didn't ride scooters.
4.
They didn't read newspapers.
5.
They didn't listen to music on an MP3 player.
6.
They didn't use mobiles.
7.
They didn't wear sunglasses.
8.
They didn't wear trainers.
9.
They didn't have aeroplanes.
10.
They didn't drink fizzy drinks.
11.
They didn't have clocks.
12.
They didn't wear baseball caps.
Module 8, Recording 5.
J.R.R. Tolkien wrote books that both adults and children love. Did he have a happy childhood himself?
No, he didn't actually. His father died when he was 4, and then his mother died when he was 12, and he went to live with a cousin who was a Catholic priest. The family were very religious. Tolkien was a religious man all his life.
And did he start writing at a young age?
Well, actually, his first love was languages, especially ancient languages. In fact, he became a professor of Anglo-Saxon, of Old English, at Oxford University.
Oh, really?
Yes, and as a kind of hobby, he invented languages.
He invented new languages?
Yes, and he wanted to create a fantasy world where people spoke his languages. So that's why he wrote his first stories.
So how did he become a famous writer?
Well, he started to read his stories to his children and his friends' children, and they loved them. So he wrote more and more, and more.
So when did the 3 Lord of the Rings books first appear?
In about 1954.
But it's not only children who love Tolkien's books.
No, of course. In the 1960s, the books were very popular with hippies, and they just continued to become more and more successful.
So when did Tolkien die?
He died in 1973, aged 81.
Did he see the films of his books?
No. They appeared a long time after his death.
The films made billions of dollars. Did his family make a lot of money from the films?
No, unfortunately. Tolkien sold the film rights for his books in 1969 for just £12,000.
Oh, no. So were his family unhappy about the films?
No, not really. In fact, his great-grandson, Royd Tolkien, acted in the last film. He had a small part.
Wow. Well, thank you for telling us about J.R.R. Tolkien. And now...
Module 8, Recording 6. 1.
The last book I read was his Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. It was absolutely brilliant.
2.
I last went to a concert about 3 weeks ago. Some friends were in a concert at my college.
3.
I like different kinds of music, but especially rock music. My favourite group are the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
4.
I really like Cameron Diaz. She's really pretty and really funny, and I think she's a very good actress.
5.
It was okay, not fantastic.
6.
Yes, actually, I love ballet. My favourite is Swan Lake.
Module 8, Recording 7.
Tara, do you want to go out tomorrow night?
Okay, but I haven't got much money.
Well, let's go to the cinema. What's on, do you know?
There's an old Star Wars film. Why don't we go and see that?
I don't really like that sort of thing. How about the new Johnny Depp film? My sister saw it last weekend, and she thought it was really good.
Yeah, great. I love Johnny Depp. What time is it on? Have you got a newspaper?
Yeah. Here. Let's see. It's on at either 7:30 or 9:30. What do you think?
Well, why don't we have a drink first, then go at 9:30?
OK, that's a good idea. Where do you want to meet for a drink?
How about Macy's? It's near the cinema. Let's meet at about 8 o'clock. Is that OK for you?
8? Yeah, perfect.
Module 8, Recording 8. 1,
Let's go to the cinema.
2,
What's on?
3,
Why don't we go and see that?
4,
How about the new Johnny Depp film?
5,
What time is it on?
6,
Why don't we have a drink first?
7,
That's a good idea.
8.
Let's meet at about 8 o'clock.
Module 8, Recording 9. A,
She wasn't married.
B,
He doesn't speak English.
C,
They weren't at home.
D,
I haven't got a pen.
E,
I don't like sport.
F.
She hasn't got a car.
Module 8, Recording 10.
Cartoon.
Comedy.
Historical.
Average.
Successful.
Popular.
Create.
Appear.
Romantic.